What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. I am Nadeska here with Academics and Wayno. So yesterday, everyone was very excited to see each other because we've been off for a week. Today, I'm not really feeling the vibes. Ak won't even talk to me before the camera started rolling. Good morning, my friends.
You're not feeling the vibes, or are you ready to go back on break? Yo, listen, man, I'm starting the narrative. Nadeska's responsible for all these breaks, all right? She's, she's up in the mountains. She's going to her third and fifth and seventh house. Listen, we're just peasants out here just trying to struggle and talk about some rap music.
Academics.
Ag look like he about to DJ a party in 2009 right now with that polo shirt on and that
hat. I don't think nobody was DJing with no polo shirts in those 09.
What?
I don't know what parties
He was never at a party in 09. How would you know, Ag?
Right.
I was DJing in 09. Niggas was DJing polos. But I was at a college. I don't know. I was in the trenches like Wayno, okay? I was in the trenches.
But yeah, I'm still getting back at the swing of things, just waking back up, early.
It feels good though. It feels good getting your day started off like this early. You know what I mean? You get a lot more done.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, by the way, Academics, the internet has been running with the narrative that everything that goes wrong on this show is my fault. So you're going to have to come up with something a little bit more creative. You can think about it. Come up with something tomorrow. All right, guys. So late last night, Kanye went on another Twitter spree. So in his initial tweet, he claimed that he's not going to drop any more music until he's, quote, done with his contract with Sony and Universal. He also noted that the music industry and the NBA are modern day slave ships, and he is the new Moses, putting his life on the line for his people. So during the spree, he also demanded a public apology from Drake and J. Cole, mentioned again that he would really, really like to meet up with Jay-Z, although he misspelled his first name, and then pleaded for unity. He said, I miss my brothers. I refuse to argue with black men on labels we don't own, even Twitter. We need to link and respect each other. He also goes on to say that, we should use government money and buy land. I'm not really sure. Government's not giving me any money to buy property, but did you guys take away anything from Kanye's recent tweeting spree, Academics?
Listen, man, I agree with a lot of what Kanye said, man. Kanye is the most woke sleep nigga I've seen in a minute. You know what I mean? I think he's on point. He's on point with what he's doing. I don't know if people will agree with the manner he's doing it. And by the way, I'm gonna say I agreed with about 80% of what he was talking about, except I don't think his enemies are gonna apologize to him. The ops don't apologize to you, okay? Drake ain't gonna give you a public apology just because you knock on his door every day while you're walking to Sunday service. Not gonna happen. Whatever issues that y'all have there, y'all gotta solve as men or talk it out. But people ain't gonna apologize to you because you're the best thing since sliced bread. But he started talking that ownership shit, and when a nigga started talking that ownership shit, I fuck with. By the way, he also brought up the McDonald's deal, and I don't think he brought it up in a hating way. For people who don't know, the Travis Scott, McDonald's, all that type of stuff, and. I like his perspective on it. As I said yesterday, they're just licensing cool from Travis. All these companies, they're licensing cool. Travis is cool. What Kanye made a great point. We don't own these companies. Again, he said he could have done the deal. How true that is, I'm gonna take him at his word. But he started talking more about let's start building shit we own rather than just kind of being, whatever. Now, I'm not gonna use this to impugn what, Travis Scott's integrity or look down on the deal he just did with McDonald's. But I think it's important to know that Kanye West was talking ownership. He's talking ownership with record labels. He's talking ownership with basketball players, or basketball in general, just sports. We have to say, even though you might not like the delivery, Kanye West. Let me actually get on the Wayno skin right here. This is where we do it, right? Okay, everybody in the comments. This is where it happened. This sounded a lot like the B-Sides concert from Jay, except Kanye said it. He misspelled a couple words. He talked a couple shit. But yeah, he was talking ownership. What's wrong with that?
Okay.
Question. So there's nothing wrong with talking ownership, but historically speaking, Kanye has done deals with brands that then make him a lot of money that he could then use to create his own thing. So what's wrong with Travis much earlier in his career than Kanye doing something similar?
I don't think he was dissing, and I know Wayno was trying to jump in. I don't think he was dissing Travis.
But why mention that? Why mention? It's always weird when someone's like, "Yeah, I could have done that, but I didn't." Anyway, Wayno.
Yeah. So no, this is the thing. All that shit be sounding cool, but as far as the execution that Kanye does post these tweets, you don't really see it. For him to say a lot of these things, now I agree with some of the stuff that he's saying. I just want everybody, that in media and music.
What don't you agree with?
First of all, I don't like the fact that every time somebody does something, everybody wants to pick it apart and dissect it like their deals. It's like we don't even give people a chance to really bask in the opportunity that they just got a hold of. Soon as somebody does a deal, we don't even see the paperwork, and it's all about, yo, he should have did it like this, or he should have did it like this, or he should have came to me, or he should have spoke to you, or he should have, like, we don't even give a nigga a chance to celebrate. That's one, right? Secondly, my biggest thing with Kanye is he talks a very, 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 very good game. He goes out and he says how much he loves people and how much he wants to do and how much he wants to help. But honestly, post that, I don't see him activate none of these things. Now, I've seen everybody's going to Wyoming to see him, right? Like, everybody almost is going to Wyoming to see him. But when he talks about all of this friend stuff and this, that, and the third, I don't know what he's doing behind the scenes to make that happen. Also, I don't think that Drake owes him any type of apology. If anything, he owes Drake a motherfucking apology. I don't think J. Cole owes him an apology either. If he's talking about J. Cole for False Prophets, like, we all know that song was probably alluding to Kanye, or the subject matter in that song made you think about Kanye. He said some real shit. He said some very real shit. Now, as far as the ownership thing and everything, we gotta stop making it seem like if you're not the owner of everything you do, that you're not doing shit. Because if everybody owns everything, then who's the workers? All these people who say they the biggest bosses is this, that, and the third, they got tons of people working for them. So I would hate to minimize the work that people do to get in the positions that they are just because they get a job as opposed to being a CEO. Everybody can't take on that mantle. You know that act. It's hard to fucking run a business. It's hard to be that responsible. So I like, when we talk this ownership shit, just put it in the context of who that applies to. It doesn't apply to everybody. And it makes people reluctant to start fucking with certain businesses. But we got to stop dissecting everything that everybody does. Travis, what he did, the first person to do it since Michael Jordan, to be in that conversation, those names, that's great.
I don't think he was like throwing shade on it though. And
not throwing shade, but it's just like, all right. So Kanye don't own the Gap. He don't own Adidas.
All right, let's speak on execution. You say you don't think he executed. You really think that? I mean, like, again, I think him moving to Wyoming, being able to, one of the reasons he moved to Wyoming is because he wanted to start building certain shit for his visions, trying to, whatever. And that is part of the execution that he got going on out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's executed it perfectly, but he's not the nigga that's just saying it and then just get the fuck
I'm talking
out of the
about,
way.
he says executing. I'm talking about, like, as far as his friends. Like, you see a lot of that. He's going on rants a lot of times. He mentions Drake at least twice a month. You know what I'm saying? He does shit all the time. It's like, has he publicly apologized for the shit he might have did? No. So I think, like, I don't know personally. I don't know everything that transpired, but I do feel like whatever Drake is upset about him for, because Drake has voiced that opinion, there's things that Kanye could apologize for. Why can't you, if the apology means so much, why can't you kick it off? You haven't gone out on a limb and said that. Like, so that's what I mean about the execution.
And that's where I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
But, what also, I think the bigger point of that rant, which I kind of liked it. And by the way, the tweets he did delete was he started flexing a little bit. He says he's the second richest black man in America. You know what I mean? He had to chill out with that. You know what I mean? He was flexing a whole of everybody. Everybody was getting the smoke, okay? Basically. And also, I think sometimes when he mentions wealth, even though it definitely comes across as, pretty braggadocious or probably just him showcasing his ego, we remember this guy was the same guy down bad saying, I'm $30 in debt, begging all type of people, lend me this, lend me that. A lot of people looked at him crazy. So sometimes I do think when he mentions his wealth now, it's kind of proof of concept. Like, hey, listen, man, I thought I was kind of crazy back then. Look what happened when I stayed my course. But I do think the biggest part, forget the Drake and J. Cole shit. Drake ain't apologized to him, nor is J. Cole, nor should they, right? But he started talking about the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga been in the music industry a long time. He said he's not putting out another album until he gets out of his deal with Sony/Universal, and pretty much he's looking at even that type of structure, which a lot of people have criticized. Just like we just came from a time where we're looking at the labels. They all gave $100 million, and we said, "Yo, how about y'all change up y'all contracts because some of these contracts are really oppressive to black and brown people." Kanye, what seems like he's trying to take that fight on. Okay, we're not saying he's making.
So Kanye West
right
owns
now.
a label, right? He's owned a label for a very long time. Then, do we feel like he's been using that label to fight for artists and give them more independence and all the things he's talking about? He's had that opportunity.
I think he's really, for all the stuff that he's done, I feel like he sacrificed his label to be on the fight that he's on. Because when you hear good music anymore, you don't think of anything for real. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't. It gives you a feeling of what shit used to be. Niggas ain't lining up to sign a good music. So I think he sacrificed that in order to be on the fight that he's trying to go on now, which is good. But there's a lot of different there's a lot of different things within all of these contracts that everybody isn't addressing. I work at a label. I'm not pro label. I'm not totally against the label too. But we don't get into the conversations on what people's leverage points and what they come in versus what's invested in them, which a lot of artists don't make back. So I'm just saying, if we're gonna have those conversations, which I think those should happen, a lot of the deals need to change. We need to have every single type of conversation, because if a lot of labels invest in a lot of kids, what they were really worth versus, I mean, if they looked at number projections and solely did it off of that and not potential, a lot of them wouldn't get the money that they get that changes their lives. So it's a lot of different conversations to be had.
Hey, listen, it takes people at the top to really cause change. You know, no matter what we can say, Drake is pretty silent about what the fuck he's got going on. You know, Jay's a little bit more vocal. He does it in a different way, you know, more calculated. But shit, I'm with Kanye with him saying, listen, man, fuck all this shit. The structure of even how labels are, where niggas don't own their own masters and we're signing these people and owning their shit for an eternity, that's wrong. I think people have kind of spoken about that, but like, it's a broken system that exists and continues. Again, could Kanye cause any change? Will everybody hand over their contracts to Kanye to review as he requested? No. But I do like to see that conversation on the very top. Now, do I think Kanye can liberate himself with all the money he's talking about by buying himself out of his contract and possibly looking to help other artists get out of their deals with Sony, Universal, what's the other one? Warner, whatever. You feel me? Like, yeah, I think Kanye's mission, I don't know if it's holistic, but I do think it's going towards some progress. And for all we talk about, the progression of black and brown people, we have to give Kanye West a little bit of credit for that, at least that part, because I think he's in a very important position, and also he has a lot of he's built up a lot of wealth and equity to be able to change that.
I'll say this lastly, and that's good. I don't think that it's in question about what he's done. I just think it's very questionable about what he's going to be doing this week. You know what I mean? It's like that's this week. Next week it'll be a whole nother thing that doesn't have anything to do with anything we talked about. So it's just hard to figure out a person's mission when the mission is always changing. But salute to him for standing up and saying what he felt.
True. I think.
By the way, geniuses are scatterbrained. You know what I mean? As long as he put some actual effort behind these tweets, and actually sticking to his word. He put it on God, and I even know Christian men put stuff on God, but he put it on God that he won't be releasing any more music until this get rectified. So
and then new album coming Friday, probably.
Let's keep it a band though. We ain't really been too excited about the music that's been dropping, so. Add that.
Yeah, but I don't think he needs to be dropping music that's relevant to be able to change the music industry.
I don't think it's about relevancy. It's all just a conversation about if it's something you enjoy or not. That's all. And if we having purely a music conversation, let's keep it a band. It's not about if it's relevant to the times or what's going on. I'm just saying it's like it hasn't been as good as it used to be, product wise.
Well, I don't even think he needs to put out music. Well, that's what I'm saying. He's in a unique position. Like Drake only has his influence right now while he's releasing music constantly. Most artists, they hope to build in that position where you mean that much to the industry. I feel like Kanye just means that much to the culture. The same way how he can say, hey, listen, after 2 mediocre albums, I'm running for president, and people are like, yo, he's colluding with all these people to do whatever. Like, clearly he means enough to the culture that he could affect things that maybe he's not like all the way active in. And as putting actual effort behind his words, let's not forget. During everything with Minneapolis and everything like that, like he did donate $2 million. He kept his mouth shut. You know what I mean? He ain't go off code. So let's just see what he's gonna do. I like to give him the benefit of the doubt. Could we?
Okay. I didn't. Okay.
Okay.
The only thing is, I just want him to explain. I see some walking on water stuff, man. I think that's blasphemous. Come on, Kanye, don't do that.
Let's not because we gonna go all day with this.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in closing, like you guys both acknowledge, ownership is very important, but I don't think we should downplay things like Travis and that McDonald's deal. When you're showing a company that big that you can make them so much money, that gives you leverage to then own things and have equity in companies instead of just collecting a check. So I don't think it's like cool to dismiss it. But yesterday,
we go.
Huh?
No academics, no.
No. We can talk about
I
this.
drew the one liner. If y'all all told me to wait and see with Jay-Z and the NFL, and that's basically the big bad devil he did deal with, let's wait and see with Kanye and these crazy tweets. Please. Okay. Let's wait till next week.
I can secretly working for Kanye. When he disappears, he's in Wyoming on the weekends.
Right. I bet you got on Yeezys right now. Like, I
bet you. So yesterday, the official Twitter music account asked their followers for the best album opener. So Meek responded with a line from his Dreams and Nightmares intro. I think that's indisputably one of the best hip hop intros of all time. A lot of people co-signed it, and they threw in a couple other Meek intros as well from Lord Knows and Wins and Losses. So for ranking the Dreams and Nightmares intro, would you guys say this is one of the best of all time? Agreed? Top 3, top 5, or do you have other candidates to throw in there?
What you got? Because I'll say it's surprisingly, I'll say it's in the top 10. I don't know where it goes because it's a lot of intros. Like when I thought of this, I thought about like, let's not forget how many great intros Young Jeezy had. I mean like Young Jeezy coined like the whole intro thing
TM
for a minute.
TM103, I fuck with that recession joint.
Yeah, TM101. Like Jeezy got a lot of great intros. You know what I mean? I'm back off the Can't Ban the Snowman. You know.
Don't Jay-Z got a couple?
The Dynasty intro is a hell of an intro. I think Meek is the first person to have an intro that's played in the clubs for real though. Like, and it's always relevant. I feel like he remember what Drake said about it. He was like, "Yo, Dreams and Nightmares intro is like a moment in hip hop, like that we'll never forget." I think that is such a great moment in hip hop. But yeah, let's not forget about all these other intros, man. Like I love Ross's "I'm Not a Star." Like. Now, I'm not comparing it. I think that the energy on Dreams and Nightmares is like no other energy we've ever had on the intro. But there's a lot of other intros that could compete as far as openers.
I'm going to give Meek top 5 status on that. Okay, Chasers, y'all heard it from me. Y'all heard it. Top 5 status. Yeah. Nah, that's a legendary song outside of it being an intro. The way it's structured, it's intro-esque. Great way to kick off an album. So memorable. I think at least for the last couple generations, you're probably gonna know that song line for line, what it means for people growing up in certain communities, what the message that's conveyed in there. That's solidified. You know what I mean? Like to be honest, I personally think outside of collaborations, that's Meek. And I would guess that's Meek's biggest song too. It was played at the Super Bowl years after it came out. Very good. But, we also got to give credit to a lot of other intros. You know what I mean? I love Tuscan Leather. I'm sorry. By my man Drizzy, of course. 50 Cent.
I like Over My Dead Body by Drake, too.
Exactly. Of course, the intro with
what
Jay,
up, Gangsta?
When is that you
No, I'm saying that's crazy. That is the intro is just 2 coins dropping, and then it's What Up, Gangsta. That's the intro. That's the intro. Like, that's a hell of an intro. That's
exactly. So, of course, you gotta have my man Jay. Like when that Dynasty beat drops, like it's a different. Even now, and I don't know what it means to like the super young kids who are like 14, but like that shit just kind of it hits a little bit different. Kanye had a couple too. You know what I mean? Kanye had a couple. He had Good Morning. Absolutely. He had Ultralight Beams. So. I'm giving Meek top 5 on that, but there's a lot of other intros that, I would have, thrown in the mix as well.
Absolutely.
But when you think about, like, I think there's 2 different conversations. Maybe Wayne has something off the top of his head. If not, we can move on. There's best intro song and best opening line of a song.
Oh, here go academics making new lists. You know how you got to make so many lists. No. So I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like the person who has the best opening lines ever in hip-hop is Prodigy from Mobb Deep. No bullshit.
What line? Come on.
I break bread, ribs, $100 bills. You know what I mean? Like, Prodigy just had a knack and a way for coming up with one-liners in the beginning of records that just like you like, what the fuck? Where he come up with that? Like, how do you come up with some shit like that? But so now having opening lines conversation, that's a whole nother stratosphere shit. But intros, like definitely Meek is definitely in there with intros, but it's a ton of intros that go in there with it.
Yeah, let's table that idea. We got to talk about that another time because I got a couple coming to my mind. Like, don't sleep on Pac as well with opening lines. Go ahead.
Pac got a hell of opening lines, but yeah, Prodigy might have been one of the best with them opening lines for real.
Look at Twitter Music starting some cultural conversations, guys. Impressive.
Probably got some black people up in them offices, man, running them social accounts.
Yo,
you know all these like big corporate accounts, right? Like maybe it's not a black person running it, but it's definitely somebody cultural. Cause Wendy's be roasting niggas all day,
right?
They be having the funniest jokes, and they understand to get the reach of what Twitter could be and have that influence. You kind of got to be plugged in. You got to be able to talk the talk, be involved in conversations. You can't just be mad square.
Let's talk about a new album. So YoungBoy NBA released his sophomore album Top last Friday. This is his third project of the year. 21 songs, features from people like Snoop and Lil Wayne. Now we've talked before about YoungBoy having this very hardcore fan base and like what it might take for him to start crossing over in mainstream. Even when he dropped this album, I saw like New York Magazine, covering him a bit more. How do you guys feel like this album elevates his career, Wayno?
So YoungBoy, early on, like, I kind of understood what he was, but I didn't fully get it. I always felt like, his style and shit, he could have been a member of the Hot Boys, right? Mm-hmm. And then, like, I kind of stopped, I won't even say I stopped listening to the music, but I kind of stopped diving into it a bit. And then I watched the documentary with him. This documentary he did with Angela Yee, where she went to his neighborhood and she talked about his life. And that's what really, really made me more of a fan of this kid. Because so many things, even stuff I've given him flack for, I think that he's just really misunderstood. The kid has lacked love in his life, you know what I mean, and not just from a companion, but like his mother, his dad was in jail his whole life. He said like he really don't know his dad. I remember Axe said when he interviewed him and he was talking about like having all these kids, he was saying some shit like, well, I'm just living in it, like I don't even think that far, as to how he's living in his life with his kids because he's so young. So it kind of made me open up my mind a little bit more and listen to him. And the kid is talented as shit. You know what I mean? Not only is he talented as shit, it's like he's a great story. I think he's a very great story, and he represents like a class of young kids in America, not just from where he's from, but all over America that are going through like traumas and issues just like him. So like, with this album, I thought it was really crazy that he only had 2 features and it was Lil Wayne and Snoop. It's like that's Lil Wayne I saw. When I seen Snoop, I thought when he was doing the video with Snoop, it was for Snoop's album. Or, Snoop always taps on the young dudes to come do something with him. And listening to the album, I'm just like, damn, like this kid, he not going nowhere. Not that we expected him to, but he just has a great level of talent. I didn't see that early on, but he really got it right now, for real.
That's interesting.
It's undeniable.
When we had Justice on from Love Renaissance a couple weeks back, he talked about how important it is for an artist to have a strong narrative. That's really what helps you connect and make that transition to just more and more people loving your music. So, do you agree with Wayno that we're just getting more of his story right now, which is important?
Yeah, he's been giving his story. I think more and more people are getting tapped in. Because he ain't going nowhere. He's at a very special place where it's clear to me, even meeting him, talking to him, he doesn't have a desire to be that super mainstream artist that wants to sell 400,000, that's like attempting to make a bunch of really pop-like singles. Oh, let's go get like whoever the hot artist at the time is and tag them onto the song and let's go get a number 1. That's not what his purpose seems to be. He seems really in that lane where his music and his following is so big that it's almost breaking into the mainstream, but he's not compromising himself. Super important for when you're making an album. When you're making an album, in that sense, his album come across like tapes. They don't come across like mainstream attempts. Like even this project, right? My only critique is that he probably could have cut like 3 or 4 songs. It was 21 tracks on the album. He probably could have cut 3 or 4 songs. Also, we got 6 of the songs already. He drops a music video pretty much every week. Yeah, but all in all, the music is still raw. It's hitting. There's an energy behind it. He's giving us. He has a bunch of like clones in hip hop, really, but he's giving us that energy that all them young kids like. They want to dress like him. They want to talk like him. They want to act like him. And through all of that, what's lost in what Wayno's saying, his story is that there's a lot of hurt and pain that's making him act out. Sometimes you see the angry shit, which people use to characterize him or his fans or be like, yo, this nigga's angry. Why is that? Well, if you listen to the music, you'll understand. You'll understand about his relationship with his mom. You'll understand about how he had relationships with other people around him. His issues with distrusting people. How people turn their back on him. People he's lost. You know, just grow up in a certain environment and, hey, it just is what it is. You have issues with people and that's just life. You know, again, it's crazy how successful he is, but he so naturally still taps in on that. I'll give you a couple of my favorite songs on this project. My window joint, you know, fans heard that before. They were all crossing their fingers. This is how you should know his fan base is crazy. They heard snippets of this song before. The whole narrative was like, yo, Wayne better not fuck it up. Come on. When can Wayne fuck something up? They're used to him not having features, right? So Wayne delivered. That track's fire. The Dead Trolls, he dropped that video the same night the album came out. That shit was fire as well. I like some of the old songs that they came out already. Say again?
Crossroads is like I think it's on the early in the project.
Yeah. No, fire as well. That's track number 2. Murder Business, Sticks With Me, House Arrest Things. Those are crazy. Me too. I was looking at the Snoop Dogg thing. I'm like, he's not a guy who looks for features. So how does that get hooked up? I thought they did a really good job of putting that shit together. Yeah. There's a lot of hidden gems and I remember the last time after his album dropped and he called me because he usually do around 100,000 first week, and the last album did 70, and he was like, yo, he said something which was really dope. He said, I don't give a fuck what this shit did. I love that album. He's like, I'm gonna drop another one and I don't give a fuck what that do. So he's someone who's genuinely just putting out music, enjoying that lane, and I'm thinking it's very special how he's continuing. I can't wait to see what happens with him. You know, for me, I always just tell him, man, stay out of trouble, stay safe, and, stay free. Because, honestly, I don't see anything stopping him at this point.
Right.
It's really dope. And the album is doing really well, even if he doesn't care, which is amazing. I think we only have a couple minutes left, so let's do some quick stories. I know that you guys were both very upset when Boosie got suspended from Instagram, but he's back.
Is he back?
After offering Mark Zuckerberg $100,000 to reactivate his account. I mean, didn't you post him? Zuckerberg, didn't you post him collecting his dollar bills recently?
Yeah.
Was that his first post back?
Hey, listen, man. Boosie ripped off my idea. We're both trying to have the same type of pool party. But listen, man, Boosie got some stuff going on.
Wait. You're throwing a party?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about, Adeska. You're hearing wrong. I'm just saying, Boosie got a nice little situation over there. Mm-hmm. I think Boosie's the ultimate entrepreneur, someone who, is an OG, but he's not one of the people who, if he's around, younger people, he looks kind of weird. Boosie's that nigga, man. I like how he's hustling. Yo, he's showing every artist how to hustle in the pandemic times. Yo, he's giving out verses for 5,000 or 50,000. Okay,
5 to 50.
Yeah, 5 to 50. He gonna work with you. What's your budget? Talk to me, right? Yeah. He gonna get it done. Oh, what you got going on? Oh, you got a little clothing line you trying to promote? Oh, Boosie will get that promoted. Say no more. Boosie will do it. Okay, yo, Boosie would do anything, and anything obviously within reason. I think he's a super hustler. Mark Zuckerberg. Don't delete my shit. But all I'm saying is, I think we should reconsider giving him because he's on a different account. He ain't get back his main page yet. Give my man Boosie his main page. You know what I mean? Again, he might have wilded out a little bit too much, but we all make mistakes. Come on, let him serve his time like in real life and bring it back.
What are you talking about? No, but
Boosie is mad. Don't be going on fake accounts and watching all the bullshit on Instagram. You know what I mean? You don't get caught.
Do you have a second account?
No.
What? If you say you don't got a fake account, you a liar.
So you have a fake
account? Nah. I got mad fake accots.
What are you doing then, though? You getting people's comments or what?
No. It's not about comments. It's imagine it's multi-purpose. Yo, you want to watch somebody's story without them seeing it. You know
He's a stalker. That's what. He's a stalker.
Somebody DM you, but you ain't trying to blow the spot up by go looking at the story, so you got to get on the fake page to go check it out. Or somebody blocks you. You know what I mean? You got to go see what's up.
That one definitely happens to you often. Okay. Wait, so that's how...
Wayno's a liar. You can't trust Wayno.
No. So when
Even Kevin Durant. Yeah, I gotta look at SZA's page.
Yeah, SZA dropped new music, so I had to go to his burner account because he's still been blocked from 3 years ago. That's a shame.
Even Kevin Durant has a fake account.
Yeah, he got caught out there too.
Be careful.
Right. Come clean, my brother.
All right. Last thing, when Khaled and Drake dropped Pop Star in Greece, I think you both like Greece more from jump, but of course they dropped the video for Pop Star featuring Bieber. Do you guys feel like this video added more to the song, or do you not care?
Absolutely. I mean, the video came out. The record is top 10 now. So I mean, it definitely added a little bit more things to it. Like Drake makes a lot of fucking memeable moments. Like the whole shit when he's talking to Khaled on the phone is being applied to everything now. So the video definitely helped. I thought it was hilarious too. Scooter Braun dancing and shit.
No, of course, and you know, it's a testament to Justin Bieber. You know, that's why the line was in the song that says shit like this don't usually happen without a Bieber face. Yeah, you put Justin Bieber, who I think killed, he bodied the whole video. You know what I mean? Salute to my man Bieber. I really want that Bieber-Drake collab. Video's excellent. Really creative. I could have done without the Khaled, like, FaceTime shit in the beginning. And Drake, you don't have to act in every music video, my brother. Okay? We get it. You're an actor. But do a movie. Just give us the music video and let's keep it moving, okay, brother? That's all I gotta say.
I feel like Drake being in a movie would be mad awkward now. Like,
yo, Drake is crying. Awkward. Yo, he has a crying scene in Laugh Now, Cry Later where the music stops. He's
that's hilarious.
Dramatic crying, right?
That's hilarious.
Come on, man. Then he has this whole thing where he's stressed out because Khaled's like calling him. Then in the other music video, which other music video you dropped recently? He's acting too much, bro. Like, he's cutting up the song. I'll be playing on YouTube. I'm hearing him act half the time, song half the time. Come on, man. Come on, let's get
Maybe he's just planning his transition back into acting after this next album. We never know. But,
never know.
Guys, that is our show for today. Thank you for watching Everyday Struggle, and we'll see you here tomorrow on Complex.